Hey guys, my name is Billy. I am a married gay man, and I live in East Tennessee with my husband Mark. Um, I recently been watching a lot of the videos, especially on YouTube, on the Walk Away movement, and I have been blown away by a lot of the testimonies that have been given. And a lot of people, not only in this country, but in other countries, are giving up on the left. And I think Donald Trump has been an inspiration. And this whole movement that has come together is just amazing. And so I wanted to give a shout out to all you guys out there. Kudos to you. It is very hard to get away from liberalism, and you have done a great job. And just being able to come forward to say I'm walking away. My video is a little different, I guess. I don't know, maybe similar to some of you. But I've always been a Republican or a conservative. And it is, let me tell you, being a gay person and being a Republican, that is a hard life. It's a lot easier to come out to my family as gay than it was to tell my gay friends that I was a Republican. I think I have been called just about every name in the book. I remember in the 2004 elections, I had a Bush Cheney bumper sticker on my car, and I went to a local club, a gay club, with my then boyfriend that I'm no longer with, thank God. He was a jerk. But, I was called a disgrace to the gay community. They were so embarrassed, and I just remember thinking to myself, how can they just be so mean and cruel to people and just call them names? And I've caught on to their actions a long time ago, and you have to fit into a certain clique in this area. Now, I can't speak for every area. Maybe it is all over the country, but if you're not in a certain clique, I mean that if you don't vote Democratic straight up and down the line on a party ticket, then you are just you're awful, you're evil, you're just the devil. And I just want to say, shout out to maybe some gay people on here, and all the gay people on here, maybe to share this video if you don't mind, to encourage people. You don't have to be afraid anymore. If you're a conservative, you can be a conservative. God made you a free thinker. You don't have to vote Democrat just because you're gay. And I've done a lot of research here lately about the Democratic Party, and it is not the party of equality. And I pretty much always known this, but I wanted to go into depth about it. Throughout history, there is a history of racism throughout the Democratic Party. First of all, I want to go back to the Trail of Tears through Andrew Jackson. Andrew Jackson was a Democrat. You remember the Trail of Tears? Where the Cherokees were forced off their land. Well, that was Andrew Jackson. He was a Democrat, and from Tennessee, I believe. If you move forward to the Civil War, it was the Democratic Party, the Democrats in the South that were for slavery, and it was the Republicans in the North that fought against slavery. And there were some more issues to the Civil War, but the slavery was one of the main issues, was to keep it from going westward. And it was the Republican Party that fought. And Republicans from the North and many Republicans from the South, yes, there was, especially this area that I live in, East Tennessee, was pro-union, that fought and spilled blood to free the black man from bondage. And, when President Lincoln was assassinated, he was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, a Democrat. And then Andrew Johnson, at the time, back then, whoever got the second most votes was the vice president. So Andrew Johnson was vice president under Lincoln. And when Lincoln was assassinated, Andrew Johnson, a Democrat, became president. And then you started seeing all the progress that had been made start going downhill. And it wasn't long after that till the Democrats formed the Ku Klux Klan. And they incited violence. They lynched blacks. They killed blacks. They hung them. They burned crosses in their yard. And they did that for years. And the Klan's still going today. And it's just, the Democratic Party is just a history of it's excessive racism. The Jim Crow laws in the South, they were implemented by Democrats. You remember the Dixiecrats, Wallace in 1968. You know, they were against equal rights for blacks. They were against the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery, the 14th and the 15th Amendment, which established citizenship and voter rights. And they were against that. It was the Republican Party that fought for that. And, you know, Lyndon Johnson famously said that he would have those N-words voting Democrat for 200 years. And because he put in the Great Society, it was a welfare state. And pretty much black women were told that if they divorced their husbands, or as long as they were single, that the government would take care of them, give them housing, take care of their babies, and as long as there wasn't a father in the picture. And fathers are in jail, thanks to Bill Clinton and his crime bill that passed. The Democrats were for that, and they have incarcerated a lot of black people, probably more than any in history, because of Bill Clinton, a racist. And, you know, it's really sad. All you hear on TV, on the mainstream news media and all these outlets, is how the Republican Party is racist. And it couldn't be further from the truth. It was founded on abolitionist ideas. And it has always been for equal rights. And all you gay people out there need to wake up. Because, you know, I was seeing this video today about the New York Times, a liberal newspaper, supposed to be pro-gay. The one that tries to, you know, talk about how racist Trump is and how horrible Trump is. Pretty much making fun of Trump and Putin, calling them lovers, pretty much. Depicting them as lovers in the bed. As an insult. And how can you be for gay rights on the left, but use the gay lifestyle of the gay community as an insult to someone? As something that's horrible. And, you know, they're all for equality when election time comes. But what have they done? I want to know what the Democratic Party has done for the black community or the gay community. They have done squat. Look at the inner cities. Look at the big cities like Cleveland, all these places. They're ran by Democrats. And the black people, those are impoverished, you know. And the Democrats, they've not nothing for gay people either. We have gay marriage because the Supreme Court, a tiebreaker by a justice appointed by George Bush, pretty much approved gay marriage. And, you know, Obama won the White House in 2008, and he had huge majorities in Congress for 2 years. They could have voted on rights for gays. They could have voted on gay marriage and done all kinds of stuff and voted on equal rights in the workplace. They didn't do it because they don't care. They want it as a campaign issue. They don't want issues solved. They want a campaign issue because theirs is a campaign of racism. They want to divide us by our race. They want to divide us by our sexual orientation, by our working class, the rich against the poor, black against the white, gay against straight, straight against gay. And, you know, identity politics are destroying this country. And we need to come together as Americans and not worry about our skin color or our sexual orientation. I'm a gay man, but I don't try to let that define me in life. I'm not a victim, and I refuse to be a victim. I go to work. I work with a lot of straight guys. A lot of them would be considered redneck guys. I don't expect any special treatment. I do just as hard a work as they do, and I wouldn't expect no different out of myself. I don't ask for anything special at work. And they're good to me for the most part. And the only resistance I've had over the past 20 years on any of this is by gay people and the left calling me names because I'm a conservative. So it takes courage to come out as a conservative gay person, and kudos to y'all who have. Feel free to share this video, if you want to, with all your friends. We've got to get more people to take that red pill and get them off the Democrat plantation, because that's what it is. So anyway, it's time for me to get ready for work. I just wanted to make this video, and I just want to thank the creator of the Walkaway movement. Thank you. It's nice to know that there are many people out here that feel the way I do. And, you know, thank you all for all your posts. I'll continue to read them and watch videos. And you all have a blessed evening. God bless you.